Welcome to the third weekend of the EnduroGP World Championship from Spoleto in centre of Italy. In the province of Peguia, the city is full of culture and history. Built by Umbrian tribes in 5 BC, the Rocca al Borgnoziana fortress looks over the city full of amphitheatres and 13th century churches and cathedrals. The 65-kilometre lap is repeated 3 times during each day. They are very technical, and riders will have to face various kinds of terrain, from dust and rocks in the forests to grassy fields. The Maxis Cross test is technical but flowing, set out in the fields of Valco del Somma. Grass will soon be cut by the early runners. The KTM Enduro test is set in the forests and, like its name, is the longest of the 3. Riders will need to improvise as the route is cut up during each of the 2 days. But it's always the Technomoose Extreme test that challenges the most. Set around a hilly and rocky riverbed, the climbs are demanding and very steep. Momentum will be key to climb this mountain, because if you fail, it will cost a lot of time. Coming to Italy, Finland's Eero Remes had taken 3 wins from 4 rounds and was the runaway championship leader. However, the TM rider felt ill over the weekend and didn't have the strength to run at the front. There were 2 men for the win, and it was an epic duel. Jamie McCanny didn't make any mistakes, but ultimately couldn't match the outright pace of Josep Garcia. It was Spaniard Josep Garcia who was victorious. The Spaniard crucially fastest over the longest 11-minute enduro test. On day 2, the Spaniard Garcia lost 15 seconds to McCanny during this small crash in the second extreme test. But his lead was already 11 seconds at that point, and in the end his margin of victory was just under 7 seconds. But it's a crucial 25 points, which now puts Garcia in the Enduro 2 championship lead.
I'm really happy to finish the weekend like that. So about today, I feel really good with the bike, but I did one mistake in the extreme test. Then I got down during the day. So after I need to come back, and I did it. So really happy with this win.
A double victory for Garcia, really looking like a strong contender for Eero Remes in the title. The standings now favour the Spaniard, who is 10 ahead of McCanny in 3rd. Brother Daniel, 5th position. Disaster for the winner of Finland, Antti Helstein. He experienced cramp on Saturday, finishing only P11, and couldn't bear the idea of a second day on the bike. He did take the start, but did not make the first test, his championship position rapidly decreasing. It was a weekend to forget for championship leader Matthew Phillips. Even in the liaison section on the very first day, the Sherco rider looked out of sorts. His engine eventually broke on Saturday, but he simply didn't bounce back from that disappointment, and P7 on Sunday would be some points, but the rhythm and confidence that we're used to seeing him ride had certainly gone. AMA star Mike Brown was a celebrity guest of the weekend riding for Jet. He won the Super Test on Friday, but found the rest of the tests over the weekend a little tougher, finishing outside the top 10 on both days. KTM's Christoph Naumetau wasn't very happy either. He didn't feel very right on the bike and was not able to be consistent or fast. Fifth on Saturday seemed pretty good considering, and he improved on Sunday to take third in a podium. If he's not happy with third, then the field should be very worried when the KTM man finds his form again. In contrast, Alex Salvini scored his best results so far at his home race in Italy. The beta rider went into the final loop of Saturday, in fact, in the lead of EnduroGP. Remarkable if you consider his dislocated shoulder just a month before. He hadn't done a lot of training either, so fatigue slowed him up to runner-up position on Saturday, and he missed the podium on Sunday by just a few seconds. Behind Salvini on Saturday was Loic Larieux. He lost around 20 seconds in the very first stage of the day, stuck at the bottom of the extreme test hill, which meant his comeback was remarkable, winning 4 of the last 5 stages, and he took P3 on Saturday and kept the momentum to claim his very first win in EnduroGP on Sunday. His pace was blinding. Nobody else was willing to push the way Larieux did for Yamaha.
I work a lot with the team, the Yamaha Outsider team, for all the winter, the beginning of the season, to try to make the best place and win someday for sure. First win for this year, and I'm really happy about that.
Steve Holcomb was victor on day one. He simply didn't make the same errors that Larieux and Salvini had done. The Brit had 3 podiums to his name coming to Italy, but crucially no victories. Then, the Saturday victory was enough to push him into championship lead, so on Sunday he consolidated his advantage, rode smart to take a second podium and P2. Suddenly the advantage has swung hugely in the Brits' favour.
Perfect day points-wise. Like I said to Matty and Fabrizio, it's disappointing for him to go out like that. I always want to fight for the win, but Alex today kept me really honest. So I'm over the moon to win, and just build off of this and the points, and try and come out swinging tomorrow as well.
It's been a very long time since Yamaha topped the Enduro podium. Holcomb will need to be worried about the French star if Loic Larieux continues to ride at such pace. For the moment, Holcomb's lead is healthy at the top of the standings, with Phillips now down to 3rd position. Helston is still in the top 5, with the man he replaced, Matthias Bellino, expected to return next time in Hungary. We hope you will too.